everyone that I know that hunts there says that there's a lot of grizzly bears, and it's concerning because you don't see all of them. If you see a lot of them, there's a lot more than you don't see because most of them are just not just out in the open hanging out with you. Most of them are deep in the woods.
Well, and so I went on a salmon trip up in British Columbia, and 99% of your interpretation of a grizzly is this big old fat chunky thing. Well, so we're flying in on these helicopters to go fish the salmon runs that are running up into the mountains of British Columbia, and it's an amazing trip. Like, you fly over in the helicopter, you look down, you see the huge schools of salmon, you take your fly rod and you go catch them and drink your beer. Well, the helicopter pilot was like, hey man, we've seen some grizzlies in the area, and at the time we're like, man, this is all part of the
experience.
Yeah, it's like get us kind of going a little bit. Well, we land, and the night before we didn't fish that day, so we'd flown in and drank some wine, and dude, my eyes are like fuzzy, and we're fishing, and I tell my guy I'm with, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go to the helicopter and get a beer or something, and dude, I get there and I pop my beer, and I'm like, I look down the river and I'm like, fuck, that is a fucking grizzly coming toward my buddy. And I went, Jay. And dude, it was slim and like it was lean and like a greyhound. Not, I wouldn't say lean, but it hadn't got all fat on salmon yet. Well, it comes down the bank and jumps in, and we ease back to the helicopter. We look back, here comes another grizzly, literally 30 yards from us. And I'm like, we get there, and I'd left my beer on the bank, and my grizzly sticks his tongue in my beer, and then he jumps in the river. I run, grab the beer, drink. I'm like, grizzly spit. Anyway, the helicopter pilot goes,
you did not drink a beer after
I had a sip of it after. I had to.
But that's like,
yeah,
what
he
kind
just
of
like
trichinosis and wild shit are you going to get from that?
Some berry infection or whatever, salmon infection.
Moose ass.
So listen, dude, we get on the helicopter, and the pilot's like, man, they're getting too comfortable. We take off, fly a mile down the river. I'd already had my fly rod together. I never broke it down, so I sat it in the little basket, and we land. I take off about 200 yards, start fishing, and I had to slide down this like 20-foot cut bank where the river had cut the bank. I look across the river, and here comes a grizzly bear galloping.
Oh boy!
On the other side of the river, and I'm like, well, I'd already seen the other two mature ones, and I was like, well, that's a baby grizzly. I was like, that's cute. Dude, that grizzly hits that bank on the other side of that river and jumps about 20 feet in the air and lands in that river. It looked like a Volkswagen VW Bug hit that river. I take off to the helicopter. All my guys are like, get here, get here. A mother and two of the babies were on my tail.
Oh, my God.
And when I got to the helicopter, dude, ruined my whole trip. I couldn't relax.
That's when it gets scary, when you're on the mothers.
Oh, they're the ones that...
they fuck everybody up.
In 2 seconds.
Yeah, they don't play any games. When they have their cubs with them, they don't take any chances. Like, I'm going to incapacitate this dude.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
It is... So that was my grizzly encounter.
I wish all these people that get to vote, unlike BC, when BC outlawed grizzly bear hunting, I wish all those people that experience, you should have to experience what it's actually like there. You should have to see. You should have to see the population. You see what it's like experiencing them. These aren't teddy bears. And for you saying you shouldn't be able to manage the population as wildlife biologists say it should be managed, you're putting people in danger, especially people that live up there.
The thing about it with me, now listen, I grew up deer hunting my whole life, ducks, dove, quail, and man, I always had a soft spot for bears. And probably it's not like I got to go shoot bears every year. I mean, whatever. But when you find out, when you hear you are a hunter and there are... Like when I met John and Jenny, and they were like, Luke, there are so many that need to be managed. I was like, man, that's cool. Let's go do a bear hunt. had a great time and didn't get all heady with killing a bear. I mean, I know guys in Tennessee, in Gatlinburg, Joe. I mean, dude, they are darting black bears off second-story Holiday Inn balconies. They're digging in. I mean, they're digging in candy, vending machines.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, dude, it's just a matter of time. Somebody's gonna walk out their balcony and they're gonna get got right there.
100%.
And they dart them and move them back into the Smoky Mountains. And then
You know what happened in New Jersey, right? The governor ran on this policy of banning the grizzly bear hunt. And he got the black bear hunt.
Jersey.
In Jersey. Jersey has the most black bears per capita in the country, which is crazy. I'm going to send you something because I sent this to Cam last night because it's nuts. This dude just shot the state record.
So it's back in.
Yes, it's back in immediately because they had so many interactions.
Joe, my mother lives in Mexico Beach, Florida, on the Panhandle.
There's a lot over there, too.
And they... like trash cans turned over every day, crazy amounts in South Georgia and Florida.
Yeah, that's it. So I have a photo of the bear, Jamie. I'm going to send it to you next to the dude who killed it.
Bear.
That's a good one.
Okay.
Here, I'm going to send you this too. But look at that. Look at the size of that bear. So this is in New Jersey. This is New Jersey. This is New Jersey. That's a 770-pound bear in New Jersey.
I didn't know they were up there that.
They're dense with bears.
Look,
I have a buddy who lives up there. He says he sees them all the time.
So down in the furthest, most southern corner of Georgia, Bainbridge, Georgia, and all that, and then Mexico Beach, Florida, around Lake Seminole. I mean, they're everywhere down there.
They're all over the place. You got that photo of that dude laying next to it?
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at the size of that thing. Now, that article says 800 pounds. That's from Sever Broadheads. It says 880, but the other article said 770. It's big. Whatever the actual size it is, it's big. Look at that Sever hole. Good shot,
it's,
dude.
like I said, I'm
shot.
not the...
That's a perfect shot.
I think there's healthy numbers of all of it. And like I said, when I see, when you see, I don't know, wolves and elks.
Well, there's more than healthy numbers. Okay, there it goes.
But to hunt
770. Oh, gutted. 770 gutted. Whoa. That's what it is. So they weighed it in at 770 pounds gutted. So they think it was about 880. Holy shit. Holy shit.
Yeah, you see they got it in a slide. They had to put it in a... Well...
That's crazy.
Man, there's so many of...
And for people who don't know, people eat bear. And bear's good.
Yeah.
It tastes good.
Well, and the sad part about, I think, California, the whole... the gallbladder deal, I don't know much about that, but, there was a black market for black bear gallbladders.
Yeah, it's in some cultures, they think it's medicine.
And,
So they were killing black bears just for their gallbladder?
Yeah.
But I think that was overblown. I don't think it's going to affect the population. I'm just guessing, especially a place like New Jersey. How are you going to affect that population? They're everywhere there. You ever see the fights they have in Far Rockaway?
What's Far Rockaway?
Far Rockaway, New Jersey is like a nice suburb. It's like a nice neighborhood. Giant bears. Jamie, pull that video up. Giant bears brawling on this guy's front lawn.
Did you ever see the guy that filmed like the 10-minute grizzly fight?
This might be. Oh yes, I did see that. That was insane. But that's where grizzlies are supposed to be. This isn't a fucking neighborhood. And these are big bears, and they're duking it out on this guy's nice lawn. They go tumbling down the stairs, and they start fighting in the street, and people are watching. And they're probably fighting over trash cans.
Look at them.
So look at the size of these fuckers. Imagine like you're watching TV and you hear... So these dudes, they duke it out. This is like, Jamie, how long is this video? It's like a 10-minute video. 6-minute video. So 6 minutes, for 6 minutes, these dudes duke it out. They pile out into the street. They're biting each other. And this guy's filming from a car. And you see it as it like tumbles down. Like, so pull it down so when they're in this. So they come tumbling down the hill, full UFC style, duking it out, passing by this guy's mailbox.
Look at them.
It goes on forever. And they're out in the street. This is a nice neighborhood. and you have huge predators in front of a Volvo. I mean, what the fuck? And this guy was trying to ban the hunt. Hey, pal, there's plenty of these bears. You should hunt them. Because if you don't hunt them, they're going to hunt you. But
Well, they're going to,